Hello, welcome. In this video, I'm going to walk you through on how to use the employee scheduling template. Now, it has basically 4 sheets, and let's start with each of the sheets to explain. Okay, the first point of call you need to just come to is the list sheet. This is where you get, first of all, put the basic settings for the template. So it contains things like the employee names. So here you fill in the names of all your employees. So these are just sample data, employee 1 down to 10. Now in this particular place here, we have the employee type. So if it is full-time, you put the FT. If it is part-time, you put the PT there. Now the employee role, you can just put the role of your choice. So we have the basic employee roles here. So with whatever you placed here, you can actually see them here. So for any of the employee, if it's either a supervisor, general worker, or shift manager, you can just have them here. And this can also be replaced to suit your requirements. Now we have the schedule or the scheduling part, which is we have the scheduling option here. So the option based on the days of the week, you can go with this particular order, either to go with this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This R means Thursday, this Friday, this is Saturday, this U means Sunday. Or you can go with this option, maybe this particular one, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or this option. So depending on the one you want to use, you can go with either of this one. So if we want to go with option 1, if you want to go with this option 1, you can just click option 1. If you want option 2, click this. Use the effect of all this will be seen in the schedule. So I'm going to show you shortly. Then I think I'm also done explaining this part. So if it's option 1, 2, and 3, you can do that. Let's keep it back to option 1, that you see something. So basically, I trust you understand this particular list sheet, how to set this up. The next is the setting sheet. So the setting is where you have something of this nature. So for the shift, we have if you want 1 shift or 2 shifts, 3 shifts, depending, just keep it here. Now for the number of employees per shift, so we have these basic numbers, maybe 10 employees, 20, 15, 25, 50, and so on and so forth. Now the schedule weeks, so we have, by default, we have 4 weeks. So if you want to have 6-week schedule, you can tick this box. So we add the note here, template is set to 4 weeks by default. So to use 6-week version, just tick the box. So I trust you understand this concept. Okay, now I haven't explained this too. Let's return to the schedule sheets. So for the schedule sheet, we have something of this nature. So you have, this is 1 shift, this is 2nd shift. Let's scroll down to see something. So for this is okay, it's just 2 shifts. So if you want more than this, so let's say we want to enter the record of the first shift. Now I explained something before about the option. So this is starting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if you don't want this particular option, this is where you change it, this particular place. Let's say we want this one, so I can come to this place, this particular one, I will change it to option number 3. So if I change it to option 3, it will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this time around. So if you come to the schedule, this is how it will look like. It will look this way. Okay, so for the shift, we just have we have 3 shifts here. This is shift 1, shift 2, and when you scroll down, you have shift 3. So if you just want, maybe this, all these guys are actually tick, so meaning we're gonna have 3 shifts. But if you just 2 shift, untick this so that you just leave it with 2 shift for you, shift 1 and 2. Now also this particular box is tick, so this is 6 weeks. So if you check this place now, you observe we're going to be having 6 weeks. So this is week 1, this is 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4, and we'll scroll to the left, you see this is 5 and 6. So the best is to leave it 4 weeks. So if you want 4 weeks, come to this place and just untick this. So if you check this place now, it will just return, to 4. Now that is that. Then the next thing is the start of the week. So let's say you want to start the scheduling on the 1st of the month. So this is where you just come to this place and hit the first day of the month. So particularly, let's say we want to do this June, the 1st of June. So June is 6, so comma, then 1, that is the 1st, then 2025, for instance. With this, just hit enter. So when you hit enter, this is what you have. The template will change automatically, showing you the dates in June. So we have all this record. Okay, now And if you also check your calendar, the 1st of June is on a Monday. Okay, pardon me, that may not be correct because we changed these settings to we changed this. Okay, let's check is it on the list. Okay, we changed this particular set this list to come this order. So if we if we are to leave it this option too, because the first day of the week is actually Sunday. So if I could go with that, let's say option 2. So I'm going with option 2 now. So if you check your calendar, I trust the 1st of June 2025 should be on a Sunday. So this is how, if we want to, we can leave it this method. So I trust you understand the concept. So let's now come to this place. So this particular place is where you have the employees. Now we want to each particular shift have 10 employees. If you want to increase the number of employee per shift, you can increase the number of employee per shift to maybe 20. When you make it 20, you see you have 20 rows to fill up. But if you leave it on 10, it will just give you the 10 rows to fill up. Okay, that is just going to be the list. It's not compulsory, you must fill up the completely 10. So now for the first one, employee, just bring the employee name up. For the second one, to just bring it up to this employee number 2, just do the same thing for employee number 3, and so on and so forth. So this is for the type. Now the type, remember the type we actually have here, so either full-time or part-time, and the employee role. So you can actually bring them here or just leave them by default. It's the on the certain part or the list part, we know the type and role of each of these employees, so you can actually fill this up, just leave it by default. Okay, now this is this place, you don't need to type anything here. So this is the hour. What this simply means is this: I don't want, since we don't want to start the days of the work for Sunday, so let's just keep it Monday. So let's return back to this place and let's start with the Monday part. So let's start with Monday. So if we start with Monday, so it means we have this. Now in this case, now what it's going to imply is that how many hours. Now we need how many people. Look at this bottom here, people required. If you need 8 people to work here, you can just put the 8 here. Now so it means at the moment we need 8 persons. So if it is 10 persons you want to work on this particular day, if it is 10, you can just change it here. Now when you change this place to 10, now this is what you're gonna look like. Then it means you need 10 people to work. So in this place, let's say this particular employee is one of the person that will be working. How many hours will this guy work? Let's say for that day this guy will work for maybe 8 hours. Then for this you see this is one day, so this employee has taken one day throughout. So let's say for Tuesday it's working 7 hours, for Wednesday is working 5 hours, this is working maybe 4 hours. Just fill this up to what you expect. These are all the number of hours this particular employee is working. So this is Monday to Friday, let's keep it this way. So for employee number 2 as well, let's say he's working 5, 6, 7. These are just the number of hours this employee is working. So this is 8 and possibly 9. So this employee is working nine hours on this day. So what it means is that for this particular employee is working 5 days, is working 5 days so far for this month. So that is the 5 we have here. The employee number 2 as well is working 5 days so far. So based on what we have at the bottom here, we need 10 persons so far, and we've gotten 2 for now, so it means 8 to go. So you can just fill this up as well. So this is how you actually schedule. You fill this portion, you fill this place, you do the same thing for the other weeks too, and this place will be up. The same thing applies to the down part, since it's 2 shifts. So on the second part here, I can also come to this place and also fill maybe employee number 4, employee number 5, depending on what you want, and we do the same thing as well. So let's say, let me just fill something dummy, and just something dummy value. So with all this record field, we have this information. So it means out of 8 persons needed, we have 2 for now, and needed more to go is 6. You can just fill this up to get to what you want. So this is basically how the list sheet work. Okay, before I move out from here, you can actually click this portion, this place, delete this particular image and put your company's logo. So this is basically how it goes. So from here, let's see the dashboard. So having gotten the setting correctly, the list correctly, the scheduling has been done correctly, all you need to do is just to come to the dashboard, and everything will be automated on the dashboard. So in the dashboard, you can put the company name here. So below, see below table for 2 hours per week for each employee. So when you move to the right, let's see to the right. So we have basically, for now, we have two shifts. So from the first day of the work all to the last day of the work, this is how it's going to look like. So for the first shift, we have this number of hours, 13 hours. For the second shift, we have these 6 hours, and so on and so forth. So for shift 1, you can also see these basic details. Okay, now these details is employee role summary. Now we didn't actually fill in the employee role, so should you want to do that, you get the details here. Let's just come to this place and just fill for one. So if we come back to the schedule for this employee, if the employee is actually a supervisor, just type the word supervisor here, supervisor. So with this done, just hit on enter and do the same thing for others. So when you do this, this is what you're going to have. You can just have come to the dashboard, you'll see this showing supervisor. The same thing apply if it's supposed to be, so it's a general worker, you will see the general worker here and shift manager. This is just the employee role summary details. So you can see how many supervisors are there and so on, how many general worker, how many shift manager. Okay, now moving to the left part, you can see the total work hours per week. So for employee 1, so for per week, so this employee is working 30 hours so far because we didn't fill all through. For employee number 2, this is 35 hours, and so on and so forth. So this is basically how to set up an employee scheduling for all your employees in your organization. So I trust you understand the concept of this template, how it works, and how you can use it to suit yourself. Thank you. That will be all for this particular lesson. See you. Bye for now.